Hello everyone. It is Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another card tutorial. I will be continuing with a bit of stenciling today, and I will be using this stencil to create a pattern or design on the front of this plain 65-pound cardstock. This would be layered onto the top of a green background, 110-pound cardstock, and basically that's what I'm going to be showing today. So before I begin, just a gentle reminder, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much once again for your support. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do is kind of put a little bit of, I guess, light green over this here, because I just want some sort of a background coloring to my cardstock paper. Now I did have a white piece. Oh yeah, there we are. I usually use just a white piece of paper towel just so that I don't get my hands in everything and smudge up the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little green on here, just a light green, because I'm not looking for anything deep or fancy, just a tinge, because I'll be using another color to do the pattern. And I trust that everyone had a good week and staying safe. Again, I'm not doing too much, just very light green. I'm literally just slapping this color on, so it's not anything that is going to be utilized like to say it has to count. All it is just putting a little subtle color on the background, and that's it. Just making sure there is, it doesn't have to be even distribution anyway. Just like I said, it's just, you just don't want any white patches in there. And of course, I'm using some Distress Oxide ink. I'm going to love that as well. And to those of you who are using Distress Oxide inks, then welcome to the family, but I like it. So anyway, so this is just a light background. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and use some strips here. I want to create something. So I'm just going to mess around with this. So I'm going to start off by kind of adhering. I'm going to get half of the paper. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to use a piece of tape because I don't want it to move. So I'm going to use a piece of tape here. So let's gently lift that up. So we have a center. Then I am going to use another piece, and I'm going to go ahead and get it diagonal across the page like this. I'm going to flip again. Thank God for those little pieces of tape I leave all over the place. In that way it does help. Okay. So far we have this. I'm going to take another piece. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. Now again, it may not necessarily come out even. I really don't care, really, in a sense. I just want to be able to play around with this a little bit, because I'm going to be getting it stuck to the back of the stencil, so it's okay. All right, so I'm going to gently lift that up. Well, gentle was not good, so let's try this again. I'm going to put it back here. This one moved. Okay, now this basically would be it. I'm going to put one more piece, and this one I'm going to put across. Again, I am going to flip, and then I will put the last two pieces of tape here and one on the other side. Now, hopefully the tape will be nice. This is just washi tape. Hopefully I will be able to get it to adhere to the back. Let's do this. So now I'm going to go ahead and place this pretty much this way on top of the stencil. Hopefully it will be nice and stay. Okay, so let's look. So this is, as you can see, what I have here. Now I am going to go ahead and just have fun with this. Let's see what comes out. So I'm going to use, say, a little bit of red, and I think I want to try a little bit of blue. So I'm going to get my brushes. I think this is my blue, and I have a big old one for red because I love red. That's just me. So I'm going to kind of play around with blending with them a little bit. It's not going to be much of nothing. I'm just going to just blot here and blot here and blot here. Just a lot of blotchy. And I'm going to blend everything in. Just going to blend everything in. So I'm putting the red areas just so I can get a little in there, and I will use the blue after and then get it in. Okay, so let's leave that like that, and let's try getting some blue in. So I'm pretty much blending the two together in a way that can produce hopefully a pretty effect that I'm looking for. If that doesn't happen, I have your guys' address, your phone numbers, everything, and I'm going to come and get y'all because y'all sat here watching me do this mess, and it didn't come out quite right, but you know what? I believe it will come out just perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this out of the way. I should still be using this piece of paper because my hands will get all messed up on this. Okay, so I'm just nicely blending everything in, having a ball with this. Kind of like the colors. So the whole idea is when I pick this up, I'm hoping to have a really nice colorful design on there. And in that way, the centers will just have that tinge of green, which I wanted. It's looking like it's coming on, guys. It's coming on. Almost done. And it just depends on what sort of stencil you have. Some stencils I have some flower stencils. I have some other types of stencils. So, it just depends on what your feelings are at the time. If you're having a bad day, then you will have a whole bunch of crazy zigzaggy things going on. If not, then you'll take your time with it. And just to take some extra color off, I usually just go ahead and wipe it onto the back of the tissue here. Okay, so I'm going to go one more time with the red and just kind of, you know, blend it in some more. So I'm getting it blended in some more, some more. And then hopefully we can come out and see what we got. Hopefully it'll come out pretty nice. Okay, I want to say I am done. Let me just put those aside, just get a little bit of this off that brush. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm going to unstick this. Ooh, now you know what? I can still use the strips. Yes, I can. I can use the strips. Look at that. Whoops. Okay, you see, I still have a little design on the strip, so I could use that on another card if I want to. See? So I have 4 strips I can use. And then let me just go ahead and get those off. See, I usually just stick those pieces of tape because I may need to use them another time. Instead of throwing them out, they're still pretty good. Whoops. Okay, there you go. See? Isn't that pretty? I mean, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least you get the idea. So it's nice. It's like a tinge-ish green background, and then we have the red and the blue blended in, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And then what can be done, you know, is entirely up to you. You do have the options, say, well, I do have those strips here. I could use those strips, you know, in the center here as well. But anyway, I'll leave it for something else. So what I will do now, I will just go ahead and clip the edges of this. I will find the sentiment that I would like to attach. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to this green card with my jumbo tape roller. And you can use this card for anything. You know, that's just a simple card. It can be for just to say hello. It can be for birthday. It just depends on what you want to put on there. I will also post a final picture of it for this video, and in that way you can actually see the end results of the card, and that should hopefully give you an idea of what you can do. So here you go. So right now I have this lovely design. I have blue, I have red, I have green on the background, and then I will go ahead and decide what I want to do with the rest. So here you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Very simple card, nothing fancy, and I shall post the final result in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next Sunday. Stay safe.